Hello and welcome back to New Year, New Game. This is where I attempt to play 365 games from my Steam library that I have never played before. This is game 267, Nowhere Prophet. Nowhere Prophet is a deck-building, roguelike card game that is also turn-based. As it says here in the Steam store, prepare your decks and go on a pilgrimage through the wasteland. Nowhere Prophet is a unique single-player card game. Travel across randomly generated maps and lead your followers in deep tactical combat. Discover new cards and build your deck as you explore this strange, broken world. And it was all through that convinced me to play this game. I saw deck builder, I saw roguelike, I was like, I'm in. Those are two keywords that really get me interested in what's happening. So, without further ado, let's begin. New game. A dangerous road. You're about to set out on a dangerous journey across a hostile planet. Soma is filled with greedy people and raging beasts. It's unlikely that you'll reach your goal right away. Be prepared to lead multiple caravans across the wastes. Start your journey. This world is broken. Only the strong and the ruthless prevail in this land of ruins. Hope is for the naive and the weak. Until I heard its call from the night sky. The falling star spoke of power and forgotten knowledge. It told me what it would do. I lost it. Its voice was weak and fragmented. But it carried the promise of a way out, a path to change. And it gave me a purpose. It took me weeks to cross through Soma's wilderness. Then its impact shook the heavens. Hissing with heat, the sand around it had turned it into glass. Then it spoke of the crypt for the last time. I had spoken to machines before, but none had been this powerful. This keen, yet it was dying. In blue light, it painted a mandala into the dusty air. With this fractal symbol, it showed me glimpses of ancient knowledge from before the crash. Etched in hard light, it told me how to find and open the crypt, this place of legend. Then the fallen star spoke to me. ####. You help power safety and knowledge in the crypt. You lead them. ####. As the machine died and its light slowly subsided, I could hear words of prayer and mantras all around me. Mantras? Oh, mantras. Others must have seen the trail of fire, heard the star's whispers, and followed it here, too. The eager faces told me that they had heard the machine speak to me. "The Prophet! The Prophet!" they chanted. And so my followers had found me, and together we would find the crypt. Set out. Namaste, my prophet. Let me be your humble guide on this journey. I will tell you everything I know to help you make this pilgrimage a successful one. Let's start our journey to the crypt by opening the map. Open the map. This is your map. Here you can pick the next destination on your way to the crypt. Simply move the map and select a spot to learn more about it. Traveling costs us food and hope. Make note of the difficult terrain which is visible by the colored roads on the map. Fights here will have more hazards, but can also lead to better rewards. To get closer to the crypt, We need to reach the large milestone location in the upper right corner of the map. Alright, well, let's see. Should we go down and, like, take this food route? I say we take the food route. Travel. The sun was setting as we noticed a dark plume of smoke not far away. Sneaking closer, we saw a band of raiders celebrating their victory over a small roaming caravan of a size not unlike ours. We spotted two sets of clan sigils, two separate raider groups. They were currently busy splitting up their newly acquired batteries, slaves, and other valuables. What should we do, Prophet? We can't sneak past them, said Ella. Free the slaves, seize the loot, take out their leaders. We spotted the two leaders and their guards near the back, sharing a hookah and congratulating themselves on a job well done. With our weapons prepared, we sprang from our hiding place and into battle. Fight! A fight! Defend your convoy. In battle, you need to play your cards to survive. Cards cost energy. At the start of each of your turns, you gain an additional energy cell, and all are refilled. Many of your cards are followers, which when played, join the fight on your side, but be careful, they may fall in battle. You also have access to your leader cards. On the right-hand side, these are your abilities, and they are vital to gain an immediate advantage in combat. To win, you have to attack to reduce the enemy leader to 0 health, while avoiding that same fate. Be aware that any damage you take remains even after combat. Here we go. Let's see. Bandit Scrapper, which is just what this person looks like. Fury, deal 2 damage to the enemy leader. I like that. We also have Bolster, target follower gets +1/+1. Boom, put you out there. Ah, a Proud Warrior. Followers enter combat exhausted and can't act immediately. Starting with your next turn, this follower will refresh and be ready to attack or move. You can see that your follower has 2 separate sets of numbers, their strength on the left and their life on the right. Once a follower's life points reach 0, they are destroyed. When fighting, your follower's positions are critical. Only the first unblocked unit in each row can attack and be attacked. It is the frontline position and marked with 3 spikes. And a last note, units that are not in the front line can still attack, but only the obstacle that is directly blocking them. Let's also bolster. Enter. They got a sketch. In the machine. Now, we're ready to fight. Your warrior is ready. See the yellow triangle symbolizing that? To attack, simply drag one of your followers onto an enemy unit. Beware, enemy units will deal damage to your follower in retaliation. You can also always attack the enemy leader directly. Doing this, your unit does not suffer any retaliation damage. You can also drag your follower onto an empty tile on your side to move. However, each follower can only take 1 action before being exhausted. Let's see. Draw a leader card. This one's got taunt. Draw a convoy card. Do that. I can't use this guy. I think I'm gonna do this one. And enter. There we go. We've lost one of our followers. They've been removed from that combat, but don't worry, they're not completely gone. They've only suffered a wound. A follower that has taken 2 wounds is completely destroyed, so be careful when playing wounded followers. Ah, so you can permanently lose your cards. But we quick shot. take out the leader. Woo, it's 20 meat and valuable metals, which look like cans. With their leaders scattered dead across the sand, we had demonstrated our might. The remaining bandits lowered their weapons, hoping for mercy. As we freed the slaves, one by the name of Vanamala called for the bandits to be killed. Other, more pious souls asked us to show forgiveness. Let's offer them mercy. As you take decisions, your convoy will increase or weaken their belief in a certain mindset. Believe, scholar, or altruist? Scholar or altruist? With high enough scores in one of these mindsets, you will have access to unique options in the situations you encounter. +6 to altruist. We were always going to be in need of strong and capable hands, even if they had done terrible deeds. We will forgive your crimes, but you must repent and bow your heads to join us. Many ran off into the night, but some accepted our might, sinking down to their knees to beg for mercy. And just like that, we get raiders. We get a trickster. All followers that join your side this turn gain stealth. And a crashjacker. Accept. And now we move on. Good work, my prophet. Our people are safe again. However, some of your followers may have suffered wounds. The overview at the bottom shows you how many. I do see one with a wound there. You may also want to take the time to check your decks. Simply select one of the cards at the bottom of the screen to inspect and edit your convoy deck or leader deck. One of the ones at the bottom. Which one? This one here? Here you can find your battle-ready followers. On the right is the list you can see your current convoy deck. On the left, visible as cards, are all followers that are not currently in use. The settings at the bottom will help you filter these as needed. Select a card to either add or remove it from your deck. Note that you can bring up to 24 followers into battle. Some of your followers have been wounded. This happens whenever a follower is destroyed in combat, but can also be caused by events. You can see the wounds in the red slashes that appear at the top of their portrait, and on the red bar on the right side. If a follower has taken their second wound, then they are lost forever. Make sure to keep an eye on your wounds and take good care of your people. To heal your wounds, followers look for safe places on the map where you can rest and treat your wounds. Also note that wounded followers with more than 1 life enter play with 1 damage, but have their cost reduced by 1. Alright, so that's something to keep note of. Don't have very many big cost cards, so we'll put that one in there. And Trickster, put in here too. Alright, let's go back. To the food. To the food. Good chance to find food. The sun had barely risen above the horizon when a small group of people came stumbling down the path through the gray morning mist. It was a man and various family members, dressed in rags and pulling their meager belongings in a handcart. Wave them closer, chance risky. Invite them in requires 3 altruists, which we have. We have 6, so let's do that. We waved at the man, signaling him to come closer to join us. "I'm Ma," he said, smiling weakly. His family looked famished, staring at us with blank expressions. They were the sole survivors of a nearby farm that was attacked by raiders. We get 2 survivors. We get a Spark Shaman and another Spark Shaman who come with wounds. They have Fury, deal 1 damage to all other followers and constructs. Technopath, Mar. Alright. Guess that's who we get. You can see right there where they're at. Move on. A little off the road, we spotted a creek with clear water and borders by lush fields filled with berries. We took as much as we could carry. Ooh, it's a nice amount. We can also rest. Enter camp, manage convoy. Inspect convoy. Welcome, my prophet. Here you can see all the cargo our convoy is carrying. If we are low on hope, then this is where you share luxury items with the convoy. Unfortunately, we have no luxury items in our possession right now. Come back later to raise the convoy's spirit and hope. What about healing wounds? That's healing the leader, heal followers. No safe camp to rest. Well, crap. Let's go here. I think we should add them in. The only thing is I don't want to get too overburdened with 3 cost cards. I think I'll take 1. They normally cost 4. Should we go this route? We have a lot of food, so I'm going to take an alternate route. Travel that way. The Outriders stopped the convoy quickly when they saw the rustling tower looming in the distance. As we scouted closer, it was clear from the military garb of the inhabitants that the Raj Guard manned the tower, but it was too late, as we too had been found. A booming voice came from the top of the tower. "You are in the land of the Raj. Reveal yourselves, or we will shoot." "We are just travelers." We stood up, our hands in the air. The figure on the top of the tower revealed himself as a bald man with a prosthetic arm, and from his tower he assessed our convoy. "Travelers, well, you are using the Raj's road. Proud soldiers have died to protect this road, and you, from beasts and scavengers. You must understand that we require a small toll." Give them some food, cost 10, chance unlikely. Give them nothing. Let's give them nothing. The man in the tower shook his head at our inaction. "Such disrespect. Kill them." We dove into cover as the guards attacked and quickly returned their fire. Fight! We're gonna fight these Raj military bozos. "Another fight? Ready yourself for battle." You can select on one of the cards to adjust your convoy deck or leader deck before we face our enemy, or if you're ready to just jump into the fray. Let's begin! Oh look, there's stuff on the field. Starting hand, keep our cards. Yeah, we'll keep this. This is fine. In combat, you have access to your 2 decks, your convoy deck on the left and your leader deck on the right. You can draw 1 card of each at the start of your turn, and you can have up to 6 convoy cards and up to 4 leader cards in your hand. If you need to draw a card, but your hand is full, nothing happens. But if you draw when your deck is empty, you take 2 damage. Deal 1 damage to target, draw a convoy card. Fury, all followers that join your side this turn gain stealth. Should be good for like later. Might just put a scout out. Tree, obstacle, rock. Another rock. Alright, so none of these actually do damage if I put somebody in front of them. Bam, and then hit with a quick shot. Enter. Target follower suffers -2/-0. That's not good. This person's just meant to be killed with a 1/2 and a taunt. They have taunt, but I'm giving them stealth. They're challenging us. The new enemy unit has taunt. This keyword changes what and how we can attack. As long as that unit with taunt is also in the front line, then they become the only available target. No other units nor the leader can be attacked by your followers until all taunt units on that side have been destroyed, as we already figured from our one taunt unit. Oh. Let's see. This one has stealth. This one can only attack the tree. That's kind of why I kept her back here. Should I put Shifty Scavenger over here? So we might as well do this. Stay stealth. Units can't be attacked by enemy units and can attack all enemy units regardless of position. Lasts until the unit takes damage from a unit or obstacle. A unit can only have one marked stealth or taunts. I think I want to skip and just pass my turn. Are you sure you want to end your turn? Some of your followers in battle haven't acted yet. Remember, each of your refreshed followers can move or attack once each turn. Refreshed followers are marked with a yellow triangle. I know. Oh, okay. I didn't see that part. I thought they would have attack the obstacles. Now they're just all attacking me. Let's get rid of that. I could have done that too. Oh, it has to attack there. It's including my units too, though. Less strength. Let's see. Put a carjacker out there. Shoot, I'm thinking I'm just gonna do it. Everyone gets 1 damage. Enter. That thing hits for a lot. So do this one too. I was hoping it would spawn it over there, but alright, that's fine. Enter. Deal 2 damage to target. Doesn't really kill anything. There we go. Soon enough, our adversaries realized that they had no chance of winning. They stopped their attacks, and still, behind cover, asked for mercy. Accept their surrender. Recruit them requires 6 scholar. I don't think we have that. Yeah, we don't. The remaining enemies ditched their weapons and dropped to their knees. Let's execute them. -1 altruist. Soma is not a place for mercy. We shoot them at point-blank range and took what we needed from their corpses. Move on. We get bread and we get bones. -17 from the Prophet. And 7 wounds. We get water, too. With the guards taken care of, our path forward was clear. We took a moment to explore the rusting tower and the large cylinder room that made up the top. The inside was half full of water and had been turned into a makeshift command center, with holes being cut out to form windows. Quickly, we refilled our water supplies and moved forward. Move on. Dome City. Our scouts report that we were near a much larger structure than marked on our map. We drove our vehicles right up to it and gazed at a group of large, interconnected geodisc domes. There was a breathtaking amount of plant life growing both around and inside the buildings. A seemingly sturdy tower stood in the middle of the complex. Inspect convoy, which is us and our convoy. I have no idea what these things do. Oh, they're trade goods. Domes, explore the area. We entered into the compound through one of the large dome giant doors. The air was very humid and we had to hack our way through the sprawling undergrowth. Quite a few of these plants might be edible. Perhaps we could just harvest some food and then move on, Mina remarked. We'll harvest the plants. We get bread. Apparently bread's a plant. And fruits. The undergrowth was exceptionally dense and tricky to hack through, but after some searching, we had gathered a decent amount of edible roots and leaves. Then we noticed the first trap, a metal spring trap hidden in the undergrowth. We avoided stepping on it by sheer luck, so we abandoned any further harvest and returned. Leave. Let's go to the tower. We pushed through the undergrowth towards the central tower. Behind a door quickly opened with some force was a large chamber. The plants had claimed this place too, but in the far wall we could see an open elevator shaft leading up. Tavisha pointed to a corner of the room. Look, a shrine for the tender. Incense and food offerings were laid at the feet of a mural of the goddess. Take food from altar, investigate the elevator, leave a small offering, leave a large offering. Let's investigate the elevator. The followers were labeled Specimen Analyst Laboratory and other complicated names. The elevator shaft itself was a black chasm leading straight up. At the very top, there was a hint of light that quickly vanished as we looked up. There were handholds here, worn and used, but no trace of people. The entire place looked rickety and dangerous. Climb upwards, chance unlikely. Someone got wounded. Hannah went first, moving up the ladder. What at first seemed to be rust and damage turned to be just paint and scratches. Then a click, a glimpse of rock moving fast towards us. A trap! With a scream, Hannah fell down the elevator shaft, landing hard among the onlookers of our convoy. Darn. So now then Hannah. Accept. Continue on. We reached a handhold halfway up the shaft, where we could see light near the top. An elevator door was wedged open, but stood covered with planks of wood to largely block light from reaching the chasm. We shoved the plank aside and entered another large chamber. Warm light flooded the room through tinted windows, and all kinds of furniture were rearranged to separate the room into smaller spaces. Bits and pieces of plants were strewn everywhere. Everything seemed cramped and haphazard, but there was a hint of movement. But we mean you no harm. We could hear movement somewhere in the room, but nobody answered us. Whoever lived here was not willing to talk to us. Advance. Wounds again! We pushed forward through this chamber when another trap snapped shut. A weighty metal trap lying hidden beneath trash and leaves clamped down viciously on Ella's leg. "Leave!" shouted a voice. "We no want you." Ella and Mina. God, we're facing off against the boy from Home Alone. We're gonna press on. We've already come this far, and then we just wound our people even more. We pressed on, swarming the room. We spotted a few more of the improvised traps, while the chamber's secret denizens caught some of our party unaware. Still, at the end, we had the inhabitants surrounded. They were a wild bunch, dirty and barely literate. They had no weapons beyond simple spear or knives, and thus were easy to round up. "This is ours, you bad, you outsiders, all outsider bad." The few that did speak wouldn't say much more than that. Jesus, all of our people are getting wounded. Take their things, leave. I'm gonna take their things. No, I didn't tell you I was gonna get -4 Altaris. With the primitive clan bound and subdued, we took our time searching the floors of the tower they lived in. We found a number of useful items scattered around. "No, ours, you no take!" One of them protested as we carried our spoils away. Some of the younger ones started crying. At this point, we grabbed everything, and the pitiful creatures weren't going to follow us, so we loosened their restraints and left them behind. Oh, now I feel bad. They damaged our people so bad. We have some luxury items that you may want to share with the colony. This increases the convoy's hope. Simply select the item, then select the share button in the lower right. Sharing luxury items also grants a passive effect for the next combat. Only one such effect can be activated at a time. Alright, let's do the natural teas, hazardous positions. Where do your leaders hand? Share. You just shared a luxury item with the convoy. This increases your followers' hope. It also grants a temporary status effect that will be active for the next battle. Be aware that if you share multiple luxury items in a short succession, only the most recent status effect will be active. Alright, so we'll wait to do the other one then. Just we leave. Which sucks, because I thought that was going to be a good place to, like, heal. Let's move forward. Let me actually check, too. We are at 34 minutes, so that is where we are going to stop. So that has been Nowhere Prophet. Not a bad game. I like the concept of deck builder games. On top of having these kind of text adventure, make your own choices kind of things that go along with it, is a really nice addition to a game as well. I really wish I could have found a place to like rest and get these guys fixed up, because look at how many of them are wounded. But making choices and picking certain things, like maybe if I did the offering, I wouldn't have had so many wounded people. If I just would have gone back at the first sign of damage, also wouldn't have wounded my people. Not to mention, too, stealing things as well. Having this Altarist was more beneficial than not having it. So, you know, picking and choosing. We're supposed to be a prophet, and I don't think I did a very good job. I'm pretty sure by the time I would have gotten to like the next combat encounter, which could have just as easily been in these next two, we wouldn't have made it. We would have died. But I would definitely come back and play this game again. I thought it was fun and enjoyed playing it. So I will add it to the list of 2023 games to come back and play again. Anyways, that is going to do it for me. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next game. Goodbye.